Today, I'm excited to introduce to you Yoruba, a fascinating language that has just been introduced to the Ling app, making it more accessible than ever. Yoruba is more than just a language. It's a gateway into a rich cultural heritage that stems across West Africa and beyond. In fact, I first heard of Yoruba in Bahia, Brazil, many decades ago, as I got to know the local culture there. After taking a look at some of the interesting aspects of the Yoruba language and culture, we will examine some sentences from the Ling app in order to get a better feel for the language. So please join me in this journey. Let's go. Yoruba is spoken by over 20 million people, primarily in Nigeria, but also in neighboring countries like Benin and Togo. The Yoruba diaspora is significant in Brazil, Cuba, and the United States. It's a tonal language, meaning the pitch can change a word's meaning. Yoruba has three main tones: high, mid, and low. For example, Igba can mean time, calabash, or garden egg, depending on the tone. Yoruba culture is one of the most influential in Africa. The Yoruba have a rich tradition of storytelling, music, and art. The talking drums mimic the tones and rhythms of spoken language. Yoruba spirituality, known as Ifa, has influenced many religious practices across the Americas. Let's examine some example sentences to get a better understanding of the sound and structure of this fascinating language.
Obìnrin kan, obìnrin ni mí, ọkùnrin kan, ọkùnrin ni ọ́, ọmọbìnrin kan, ọmọbìnrin ni, ọmọkùnrin kan, ọmọkùnrin ni.
In equative sentences in Yoruba, the structure is typically predicate nominative, the copula,
Ni.
and then the subject. This order emphasizes the identity or characteristic being described, which is the predicate nominative. The copula
Ni.
links the predicate nominative to the subject of the sentence, which is in the final position.
Obìnrin ni mí, obìnrin
Means woman.
mi,
He is the pronoun for I or me,
ni.
acts as a copula, linking the subject to its identity.
Obìnrin ni mí, ọkùnrin ni ọ́,
In this sentence,
ọkùnrin
means man.
ni ọ́,
Is the pronoun for you and
ni,
serves as the copula,
ọkùnrin ni ọ́, ọmọbìnrin ni, ọmọbìnrin.
means girl. The pronoun for she is often omitted in this pattern, since it is implied in the context.
Ọmọbìnrin ni, ọmọkùnrin ni, ọmọkùnrin.
Means boy, and follows the same pattern as the previous sentences.
Ọmọkùnrin ni márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n, ọmọ ọdún márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n ni mí, méjìlá. Ọmọkùnrin náà jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún méjìlá, mẹ́rìnlá. Ọmọbìnrin náà jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìnlá, ogójì. Ọmọ ogójì ọdún ni ọ́.
The word order in sentences 2 and 3 contrasts with sentences 1 and 4. Let's break down the differences.
Ọmọkùnrin náà jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún méjìlá.
The boy is 12 years old.
Ọmọbìnrin náà jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìnlá.
The girl is 14 years old. In these sentences, the structure follows a more standard order where the subject
Ọmọkùnrin náà,
or
ọmọbìnrin náà
is followed by the verb
jẹ́
and then the predicate complement that describes the subject's age.
ọmọ ọdún márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n ni mí.
I am 25 years old.
Ọmọ ogójì ọdún ni ọ́.
You are 40 years old. In contrast, these sentences start with a predicate complement
Ọmọ ọdún márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n.
or
Ọmọ ogójì ọdún
followed by the verb
ni
and then the subject
mí.
or.
Ọ́.
This structure emphasizes the age, the predicate complement, rather than the subject. The contrast between the sentence structures reflects different focal points. Sentences 1 and 4 place emphasis on the age itself, while sentences 2 and 3 follow a more standard sentence structure, where the subject is the primary focus. This flexibility in word order is a feature of Yoruba, allowing speakers to emphasize different parts of a sentence, depending on what they wish to highlight.
Ọmọ ọdún.
Is a phrase in Yoruba that means years old when talking about someone's age.
Ọmọ
Typically means child or offspring, but in the context of age, it refers to the person being described.
ọdún.
Means year or years. So,
Ọmọ ọdún.
followed by a number specifies the age of a person in years. For example,
Ọmọ ọdún méjìlá.
means 12 years old.
Ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìnlá.
Means 14 years old. But for sentence 4 we have, you are 40 years old.
Ọmọ ogójì ọdún ni ọ́.
In Yoruba, both
Ọmọ ọdún.
number done,
Ọmọ
number
ọdún.
instructions are grammatically correct, but they serve slightly different purposes in terms of emphasis and style. The first structure is more straightforward and common, while the second can be used for emphasis or stylistic reasons, which is why you see 40
Ogójì
placed before
ọdún
in the fourth sentence. In Yoruba, the term
márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n.
translates to 5 years short of 30, indicating 25 years old. This method of expressing age by subtracting from a rounded number like 30 in this case is a traditional and somewhat formal way of stating age in Yoruba.
Márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n. Ọmọ ọdún márùndínlọ́gbọ̀n ni mí. Méjìlá. Ọmọkùnrin náà jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún méjìlá. Mẹ́rìnlá. Ọmọbìnrin náà jẹ́ ọmọ ọdún mẹ́rìnlá. Ogójì. Ọmọ ogójì ọdún ni ọ́. Ìlú Amẹ́ríkà. Mo wá láti orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà. Jámánì. Ó wá láti orílẹ̀-èdè Jámánì. Ṣáínà. Ó wá láti orílẹ̀-èdè Ṣáínà. Jàpáànù. Ó wá láti ìlú Jàpáànù.
The construction in Yoruba for expressing where someone is from can be summarized as the subject plus the verb,
Wá
which means to come, plus the preposition
láti
meaning from, plus the country.
ìlú Amẹ́ríkà. Mo wá láti orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà. Jámánì. Ó wá láti orílẹ̀-èdè Jámánì. Jàpáànù. Ó wá láti ìlú Jàpáànù. Èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Mò ń sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Jámánì. Ó ń sọ èdè Jámánì. Ṣáíníìsì. Ó ń sọ èdè Ṣáínì. Jàpáànì. Ó ń sọ èdè Jàpánì.
So gives the continuous aspect, showing that the action of speaking is ongoing, which is common in Yoruba when discussing habitual actions like language skills. The word
Èdè
literally means language and is used before the specific language name.
Èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Mò ń sọ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì. Jámánì. Ó ń sọ èdè Jámánì. Ṣáíníìsì. Ó ń sọ èdè Ṣáínì. Jàpáànì. Ó ń sọ èdè Jàpánì. Oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀. Mo máa ń jẹ oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ pẹ̀lú arábìnrin mi. Oúnjẹ ọ̀sán. Ó máa ń jẹ oúnjẹ ọ̀sán pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ. Oúnjẹ alẹ́. Èmi àti àwọn òbí mi máa ń jẹ oúnjẹ alẹ́. Ẹyin díndín. Mo máa ń jẹ ẹyin díndín fún oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀.
The structure of the sentences is the subject first, followed by the verb phrase, then the direct object, and finally the complement in the first example.
Mo máa ń jẹ oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ pẹ̀lú arábìnrin mi.
The subject is
Mo
which means I. Verb phrase is
máa ń jẹ.
I'm eating. This indicates a habitual action with
Máa ń
showing continuity. The direct object is
oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀
breakfast. And finally, the complement is
pẹ̀lú arábìnrin mi.
with my sister. The verb phrase
máa ń
indicates a habitual action showing that the subject regularly engages in the activity described. The word
pẹ̀lú
means with and introduces the person or group accompanying the action.
oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀. Mo máa ń jẹ oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ pẹ̀lú arábìnrin mi. Oúnjẹ ọ̀sán. O máa ń jẹ oúnjẹ ọ̀sán pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ. Oúnjẹ alẹ́. Èmi àti àwọn òbí mi máa ń jẹ oúnjẹ alẹ́. Ẹyin díndín. Mo máa ń jẹ ẹyin díndín fún oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀. Láti dunnú, inú mi dùn. Láti banújẹ́, inú rẹ̀ bàjẹ́. Láti dunnú, inú wọn dùn fún ọmọkùnrin ọbàkan wọn.
In Yoruba,
Inú
refers to the inner state or mind of a person and is used to express feelings or emotions. This differs from English, where emotions are often expressed directly without referencing the inner state. The verbs
dunnú,
happy and
bàjẹ́.
sad directly modify,
Inú
indicating the emotional state. The possessive pronouns
mi rẹ̀ wọ́n.
always follow
Inú
to specify whose emotional state is being described.
láti dunnú, inú mi dùn. Láti banújẹ́, inú rẹ̀ bàjẹ́. Láti dunnú, inú wọn dùn fún ọmọkùnrin ọbàkan wọn.
With its addition to the Ling app, you can explore this incredible language and culture. Start learning Yoruba today and discover a whole new world. Click on the link in the description to start your free 7-day trial of Ling today.